Hello, my loves. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to See Like Sheba. Oh my gosh, it's Monday morning. I am loving this. It's uh like what is this? Episode 83? Oh my gosh. And yeah, this is the first full week of me being in my retirement era, in my, sabbatical era, my what is it called? I don't know, Rumspringa. Like so many things. I just feel so free and like, I'm in my independently sovereign, wealthy queen era. And I'm loving it so far. So Monday is like a really fun day for me. I'm just seeing I have 77 subscribers now, all-time high, and that's like 777 has been coming up to me, luck and winning and success and abundance. So love that we're at 77. I appreciate all 77 of you. Oh my gosh, like you guys are such an elite group team of soul family who are totally on the level. Oh my gosh, is Billy coming to tell me? Whenever I hear the door beads, I'm like, is Billy coming to tell me no one can hear me? Okay, good. But yeah. So anyway, love you guys. 77. Oh my gosh, what should I call you? Soul family, um, sirens, chosen, beloveds. Who knows? It'll work itself out. We'll name ourselves as we go. But thank you guys so much for being with me, for seeing me, for seeing me and watching me. And yeah, I love each and every one of your comments, all of your likes. And I'm just like, and I'm in a period where I'm learning to receive, healing my wounds around receiving in all the way, not just receiving money, but also receiving support, and compliments. And so, when, I get feedback, when you guys leave a comment, I'm like, oh my God. But so I'm like, still learning how to receive it. So I'm like, who, me? Oh my gosh. On that actually, like so I have a Palestinian family who for the past little bit over a year now, I've been like solely focused on trying to keep them alive. I don't know why. Why them? I don't know. It just feels like the divine made it very clear that it's like, it's them. You're supposed to help them survive. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And so I've shared this before. At first, I was sharing their like fundraisers. Someone had created a fundraiser for them, and I was sharing that. And we did a fundraiser. I was like asking people, and I got like some money from that. Someone actually sent $2,500. Another person sent $1,500. But then it started to slow, and then it stopped. And I was like, then like the more I asked, like it seemed like the less people would even look at it. It's like they wouldn't even look at my thing because they didn't want to, be asked, be bothered. And so I was like, my family deserves more than what these people are willing to give them. And I'm not going to be like relying on like the goodwill, the generosity of Americans. Absolutely not. I'm not going to like leave their lives up to that, kind of chance. So yeah, I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to send them, a couple thousand every month. Because of course, because Israel is not letting money in, and they're stealing the money, and they're stealing the food. They're doing all, it's money is in short supply, and cash is in short supply. So when they get it out, it has a convenience fee of like 45%. So, but everything is made up. So I will spend any amount to make sure my people are taken care of. I am a nothing if not a generous queen. And I know it's all made up. I'm still trying to fully figure out how to harness my wealth, but I know it's there. I know it is like beyond modern day comprehension. And so, yeah, I've just been like fully embodying that and living in that. And it's been working. Oh my God. So like, my Asma is my friend. She just had her birthday. Happy birthday, Asma. And yeah, like she, is so grateful to me. And she's, I struggle to receive her appreciation sometimes. I'm like, oh, I don't want to, like, I'm doing it because it's like right. And I don't want to like be responsible for a bunch of people's deaths, and I want to help. I'm here to help. And she calls me like an earth angel. She feels like I'm an angel, and I'm like, and I kind of am sort of. I feel like the divine is like telling me like, you're in overflow. You have an abundance of money, of wisdom, of hope. And these people need it. So give it to them. And so, I'm just answering the call and doing what like, feels right to me. And, but she's so grateful, and she's like, I owe you my life. And, like you saved us from certain death. We would have been dead months ago, if not for you. And I'm like, me? I'm just a clown. Like, what? Like, I'm really not doing anything except, of course, like giving my financial donations. I pray a lot. I do a lot of like, magic stuff, in manifesting and stuff with my period blood. And, I just like, I envision and I prepare for the reality I want. So I see this reality where Asma and her entire family, everyone who's in their tent, and her mothers and her sisters, they all survive. And, I'm responsible for it. I'm responsible for somehow like shepherding them to a timeline where they're not just safe, they're thriving, they're able to heal, they're able to like fully, be, and discover who they are. And that's happening soon. I just like see it. I feel it. I know it's coming. So I signed up for Arabic lessons. I have a teacher who's going to be one-on-one for like an hour on Thursday. And then I also have this little app, this other website because I'm trying to learn quick. And now that I, got rid of that job that was holding me back, I now have like, I'm calling all of my power back to me, and I can just do whatever I want. And that is the key to reality creation. All of those were the keys to reality creation. I think I said a lot of things, so I will explain further. By the way, I'm Sheba. Hello, this is See Like Sheba, and I'm here to be blunt, and you guys are here to see like me. So pay attention. All right, what did I write down? So this is called How to Create Reality. Ooh, yeah, that came to me yesterday. And what is this? It'll come to me if it comes back. I have this I've been listening to a lot of subliminals and robotic affirmations, and one of the channels I use is they do songs, and so I have this one about generational wealth. It's been like playing in my head all day. And it's like, that's what's going on. And I can't remember how it goes now. Okay, I'm not supposed to sing it right now. Okay, but anyway, how to create reality. Okay, have you guys seen that movie Everywhere? What is it called? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah. It has Michelle Yeoh in it, and Stephanie Sue in it. And what's the guy? He was in was it Indiana Jones? Was that him? Was he the kid in Indiana Jones? He was in something. But now he's an adult, well into his adulthood. And but anyway, great movie, very interesting movie. And we rewatched it a couple months ago now, and it actually really is so true. One of the premises of it is there are like kind of an infinite number of timelines that exist, universes that exist, and like you're kind of different on all of these in all of these universes. The rules of each of these universes are different. And if you want to access something from the you that's on these other timelines, these other like yeah, I'll say timelines, living in these other universes are if you want to get to that, you have to do something very different than what the you on this timeline would do. So like to keep it simple, if you usually go left, if every day you like wake up, leave your house and go to the left, maybe one day you wake up, leave your house, go to the right. Maybe one day you wake up, stay in your house. Maybe one day you wake up and then you just stay in bed. All of these seemingly little choices have the potential to like open up a portal for something entirely new to happen. They open up portals for a new timeline to occur. And you can kind of like, you can create that. You can, the more extreme the deviation from your current timeline, the more extreme like the reality created, the different reality you will have created. Okay? So, and also each of these little steps you do, each of these little actions, each of these little differences have a ripple effect. And so doing it once might not have as much of an effect as doing a small thing every day, consistently doing a different thing. Once you like consistently do that, the 3D has no choice but to catch up. The physical reality has no choice but to show up. The timeline you are acting in accordance with has no choice but to fully materialize. And it takes longer for the 3D to catch up than it does for you to like be in it. So patience, really important. So yeah, every time you do something different, something on a new timeline, it tethers you to the new timeline. So with, my friend Asma and with Palestine in general, I just saw we were on this timeline where, it's kind of built on, it's like a house of cards. Everyone is false. Everyone's kind of wearing this like mask where we pretend that everything's fine, and we like go to work and we vote and we elect, two parties who are doing, trying their best to help us, and we just have to, vote, and it just like goes on as normal. But like, now we see actually like the US is this like military fascist, oligarchy, authoritarian, fascist, imperialist settler colony that's like super horrific and doing crazy imperialism, and like its citizens are kind of like helping it run, helping this death machine run. And so I was just like, oh my God, we have to get off of this. And so after October 7th happened, which itself was a big jump, a big leap, a big deviation from the typical pattern, which is just the Israelis go on about as normal. They party outside of their concentration camp. They don't even talk about it as a concentration camp. It's just the thing they do to contain the terrorists, and they don't spend too much time on it. And, Hamas forced the world to wake up, to contend with the actual reality of what's going on, to contend with the reality of the timeline we were on. And, for me, I was like, oh my God, everything is totally not what I thought it was. And so, yeah, I just kept, since then, I've just been like making different choices. I don't even know if I was fully aware that I was doing it, but that I was doing this reality creation. But I was like, okay, well, if we want something different, if we want a different world, we have to do something different. And so at first, I started posting on social media more. I didn't really post at all. Like maybe once a month, but not even. I was actually before October 7th, I was trying to get in the habit of posting every day. But I was like kind of running out of things. I was like, what do I even talk about? And then October 7th happened and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to like share just everything that I'm learning. And so I was doing that. I started kind of dressing differently. I incorporated, a keffiyeh into everything. I incorporated Palestine into everything. And still nothing was changing. So I started looking at my circles, my family, my interactions. What do I do there usually? And so I tried to start talking about it there. I tried to start getting the people in those circles to talk about it. When I realized they did not want to talk about it, and they were adamant about that, I was like, okay, let me get off this timeline. I'm only on a timeline where people are like, oh my gosh, we got to figure out how to like create a timeline where we're not on this. And that's not them. That's not my family. And so I stopped accepting invitations. I didn't want to go. So it was very easy. I was like, I don't want to hang out around a bunch of people who don't care about what's going on, who aren't going to try to do anything differently. And if I'm the only one who can change things, great. Let me just do differently. So what would I normally do? I would go. My family comes to call in, invites me to something, I go. So I stopped doing that. So that's another deviation from the norm, inching us closer to this new timeline that we want to be on. And so I keep doing that. And then I start doing things at work. That's something I totally wouldn't do. I, would just really not interact, and I would just do whatever, and it would be stressful, and I would just like do the thing. And then I started realizing like, wait, like, why am I doing this? Like, why are all these lawyers just kind of doing nothing and playing pretend like everything's okay? So they were having these like regular meetings. I started interrupting. I sent emails being like, do you guys see what's going on? What's happening? Got on the public record. I started disrupting meetings, just being honest, because that's a break from the pattern that we were on. That's the break from the timeline. You're just supposed to like pretend. You're not supposed to ever say what you think or say what you feel. You're just supposed to and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be myself. And I'm creating a timeline where the more I'm myself, the more honest I am, the more I'm rewarded for it, the more I'm loved for it, the safer I am. And so I just kept doing that. And the universe kept reflecting that to me. And I had to keep, just only focusing on the result I wanted, which was, eventually freedom, independent, like sovereignty, and that includes like financial freedom. And so, I had been, I had these student loans, and I was like, I don't want to pay those anymore. And I just, did a lot of work. I'm like, I won't. I don't have to. They're forgiven, like magically, whatever. I don't know how it happened, but I don't have to make any more payments on it. And eventually, I checked in January. Yeah, they were like, thank you for your service. You're done. You've been done for a year. I'm like, oh my gosh. Just like I thought. Just like I said. And so that happened. They had this, after I called out my white male boss for being racist and for institutionalized Holocaust denial by trying to distract all of us attorneys away from talking about the horrific genocide going on. I was like, this is like really racist that you're doing it and biased. And anyway, he falsely accuses me of threatening to kill his child in that meeting. Of course, I have it on video. And so like when they did a sham investigation my supervisor had to run. So my supervisor, who is not a judge, not an authority figure of any type, is not an adjudicator, ran this sham tribunal to see if I had threatened my white male boss's child on during a group meeting. So dumb. And I was like, everything is happening for me. I'm on a timeline where everything is happening for me. So this must be part of my story. This must be part of me being iconic, of me stepping into, my role as this, as my identity as this wealthy queen, this wealthy, wise, powerful queen. And so I treated it as that. I ended up getting this like official recognition, like on the record of what I've been doing. Because I'm so brilliant, I've been able to, turn it into something it's like a justice Emmy. So I have this like really powerful portal now that I haven't even really touched the surface of like, using that in this new timeline, but I have it in my pocket. So after that though, I was on a timeline where all the, they canceled all the bullshit meetings, and the white people and the regular people were just the normies. This is what I mean by regular people. The normies of any race or ethnicity they just refused to talk about it. I didn't count on that one. They can just refuse to talk. And that's what they did. And so I was like, okay, they were super nice to me, trying to stay out of my way, trying to make sure they didn't have to talk about anything with me other than like, literal like work stuff. And then like, because they knew I was going to bring it up, because that's the timeline I live on. And so, yeah. So then I was like, okay, wait, what am I doing here now? Now I'm playing pretend with a bunch of spineless cowards. And I think I'm wasting a lot of my energy now pretending and doing this thing. What if I don't even need this job? What if this job is holding me back? What if the more I step into my power and my authority, the more I rest, the more I chill, the more supported I am, the more things start to flow for me. And so, yeah, for months now, I've been trying to reprogram myself, 222 on my clock. Great. I've been reprogramming myself to make it so Mondays are my favorite day. Mondays are the day when I have my whole day free. Everyone else is stressing about or whatever, and I'm like, great. Like I know when I was still working the job, I was treating it as if like the next, like it was my last days. I knew I had something else, and so it didn't really matter. I knew I could get my work done in a couple of hours. So on a Monday, I didn't have to like stress about doing any work. I could just leave it for the rest of the week, and I could fully kind of embody and anchor in on Mondays. And so I was like, okay, what do I want to be doing on Mondays in the future? I want to be chilling. I want it to be slow. So I would go outside, I would drink my coffee, I would get high, I would take baths, I would listen to music, I would talk to myself, I would do whatever I want. And so now on this Monday, where I really am living on the timeline, where I don't have to worry about this job isn't holding me back. I don't have to like play pretend with a bunch of dum-dums. I don't have to, worry about, someone micromanaging me and like figuring out where am I, what am I, like, my time belongs to me now. It always did. I was giving it away because I thought I had to, but now I see I am the sovereign queen. I am already wealthy. I am already wise. I'm already brilliant. I am the source. So what the hell are these assholes at the Social Security Administration doing? Why are they wasting my time? Why am I letting them waste my time? And so, yeah, so now I'm on this timeline where like I don't have to even pretend. And so it's easy. I've practiced this. I've rehearsed this. I've been anchoring in this. So it's easy. And I'm not like, what do I do now? Like, nope, I do this. I do whatever I want. I do what I feel like. Yeah. So every time you like stay in this frequency, in this energy of this future timeline, like it is a repetition that it's like a muscle. It's building, it's solidifying the timeline. It's tethering you to the timeline you want to be on. And so, yeah, then you just have to embody, which is just like feel it. Like you're kind of like playing a character almost of this future version of you who is on this timeline where we are in our power. We we stop evildoers. We, you know, keep each other safe. We keep each other, you know, resourced. We like, yeah, it's a utopia and it exists, and we're all in agreement that that's what we're working for. And so, yeah, I just embody this like time where I know I'm in overflow. I was talking about that before. I exist in overflow. I have more than enough. I have more than enough time. I have more than enough resources. I have more than enough support. I have more than enough power. I have more than enough energy. So what do I have to be worried about? When I know I'm existing in overflow, in abundance, in more than enough, what do I have to worry about? And so bringing it back to my girl Asma, you know, they're in a very desperate appearing situation right now. Israel is preventing food and has been for months now. And so everything is like, there's not a lot of food that exists there still. So I, instead of like worrying about that and like, oh, focusing on all the starving bodies and things, I just focus on every day, multiple times a day for a lot of the day. I imagine like, oh my gosh, I know they're like, you know, they find there's flour, there's sacks of flour outside of their tents. The, you know, markets are flooded with food. There's so much of it that they're kind of giving it away. It's like, it's too much. It's like they have so much and people need it, so they have no choice but to give it away. It's like Jesus multiplying the loaves and the fishes, you know? What if it wasn't necessarily Jesus? It's something about the land of Palestine that is enchanted and multiplies and is abundant. And when the people need it, when the people really believe, it happens. And so part of creating reality too is to understand that you're co-creating it with the universe. And so you are responsible for like doing the changes, acting as if it is, preparing and holding the vision. And then you gotta trust that the universe is taking care of the rest. I don't have to worry about how the food gets to them. I just know it does. I know some deus ex machina happens, pulls them back from the brink of extermination. It's going to be so magical and so like, it's going to, we're like, I mean, that's going to be the stories and the movies, the creative inspiration that comes from all of this, all of like the Palestinians' bravery and steadfastness and sacrifice is going to be rewarded so insanely that it's just, yeah. And so the universe, the divine likes to surprise us. And like, so it's like, I've said this before, it's like I put in my order, I've ordered it, I've paid for it, I've done the things I need to do, and I know it's on the way. They sent me the tracking number. It's like coming from overseas. So, you know, and it's like a lot. So it's going to take a minute to get to me. And so do I spend this time being like, oh, it's not going to come. It's never going to come. No, they'll never, something's going to go wrong. It's going to go to the wrong address. It's going to, or do I trust that I've done everything right? I've not only done enough, I've done more than enough. So anything else I do now other than wait patiently and enjoy myself and kind of just distract myself with whatever I want to do until my manifestation arrives, until the 3D reality that I've co-created materializes, what is it, like solidifies? I forgot what I was saying at the beginning of that sentence, but like, yeah, I just like wait for it to solidify. And like, I learn to recognize what it looks like when it solidifies. And so when it solidifies, I'm going to know enough Arabic to be able to communicate with my Palestinian family. I've already got my classes scheduled. I already can say, marhaba, marhaba, kif al halak, kif al halak. That means, hello, how are you? I already got that. I'm a very fast learner, especially now that I have all of my power back to me. I just like really receive the information I'm supposed to have. So like, it's great. So now, today, me and Billy are gonna go shopping. We're gonna get some clothes for Billy because it's been years since he's really, invested in himself in his, adornment. And as a kingmaker, I need my king properly adorned. I need him feeling, in his power. And yeah, so we're gonna go do a little shopping today. And I'm super excited. Oh my God, it's gonna be so fun. Anyway, yeah, I know that was helpful. I know you guys will receive this when you are ready to, and I hope you go back to it as often as you need. I'm gonna continue talking about this at length. So, all right, bring your forehead in to your screen. I love you. This is all made up. Woo! And I'm just like really proud of myself for how I've been making it up. Like, oh my God, look at this. Like, just, oh my God, I'm perfect. So grateful. So grateful. That's another thing. You have gratitude. Like, oh my gosh, I love what I have now. I'm so excited. I know everything's going to keep getting better. So, praying for my Palestinians. You're coming through it. This is the home stretch. This is where it's about to get really good. I already told Ozma, but like I have a feeling this week is going to be one for the history books. Mark my words. Sheba saw it. It's going to be one for the history books. And what did I say? What did I say to her about that? I said, I have a feeling this week will be one for the history books. A week where the whole world gets to witness the true power of God and how much he loves the people of Palestine. Listen, I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger, and I'm just getting more comfortable sharing the messages that I receive. And it's looking pretty good for the Palestinians. So if anyone is still on the fence, I mean, you've lost. Like, you can't still be on the fence. So if you were on the Palestinian side, though, it's going to be really great for us. And I try not to focus too much on what happens to the people who are not on the Palestinian side, because I don't like to stay in that vibration. But I do like to stay in the vibration of destiny. That's a fun one. And that's a beautiful, beautiful one. The energy of destiny, of like satisfaction, of gratitude. Like, I already know it's done, of completion. So that's a fun one. It is done. I love you. See you guys later. Going shopping. We're rich now. We're going to do a scene from Pretty Woman. Big mistake. Huge. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, thought that was gonna work. Hold on. 1 second. Okay. Love you guys so much. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, I love my 77, but can we make it 777? That would be even more aligned. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Let it be easy, okay? Let it be easy.